Hi there, I'm KingJGrim or KingJGrim, whatever you prefer, and welcome to a game disc video, where I discuss something I just want to talk about in the gaming world, whether it be a new game coming out, or something that's just, gaming related. And right now I wanted to discuss something that I hold very dear to my heart. Modding. Now for those few of you who doesn't know what mods are, it is the fact that a fan, for example, can add something to a game. For example, a costume in a fight or in a fighting game, different music, stories, and even gameplay mechanics. Depending on the game, the mod can be really deep with a lot of details or something extremely simple. And the reason I'm saying that is because some developers out there actually gives the fans the tools to create mods, where most doesn't. And of course, it comes to no surprise that the vast majority of modding exists on the PC. So why did I suddenly want to talk about this? As there really isn't anything to talk about. Well, I recently was able to mod Smash on the Wii U, and it made me do something I've never done before. Play different characters. True, Smash is, compared to other fighters out there, a more simple game, in the sense that controls are simple to learn, and the way to become quote-unquote good is to be able to read your opponent's movements, rather than knowing a sick combo and the frame data. Yeah, when I personally play a fighter, I usually just pick the character that I like. Bane in Injustice, who was considered one of the worst characters to play as. Relius Clover from BlazBlue. Laura from Street Fighter. Zelda from Smash. Well, Zelda, Link, Ganondorf. And those were my mains, those I played the most. And out of 50 characters, 3 out of 50, there's so many characters I haven't even played yet. But now, with the help of modding, I play Palutena and Cloud as well, because of these two characters.
Oh, winner is... Whoa! Oh, winner is... Palutena!
Yeah, I'm a Zelda fan. Mods made me try different things in Super Smash, and it is not only this game that has a mod that made me expand my horizons of gameplay elements. When I first, the second time I got The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, it was on the PlayStation 3, and as we all know, PlayStation don't allow mods on their games. Anyways, I played through Oblivion on the PS3 with no complaints. It took maybe 3 months playing through, and I felt that I was done with it. But as I got the game on PC and tried to put in mods, I still play it every now and again today, as mods add longevity to a game that is almost laughable. Todd Howard, the director of the Elder Scrolls game, has said many times that the thing he absolutely loves the most about the games is that every person has their own story to tell of what they have experienced in these worlds. And most of my loved memories of Oblivion does include mods. There is one in particular I want to share with you. I don't remember exactly what mods I had with this kind of experience, but the main mod centered around this was something called Deadly Reflexes, which added on to the hand-to-hand combat in Oblivion. Kicking, dodging, a slow motion effect when something epic happened, and like Mortal Kombat-esque finishing moves, much like how Skyrim has them. The Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim having their main game. Anyways, I was with a really close friend of mine, and we played, through the Dark Brotherhood questline. We had a lot of fun. And then we got to the part, or the quest, where we got the contract of killing a Khajiit monk. So, he was built up, he was built up in the contract he got, like a master martial artist. So, yeah, alright, let's just go and do that. Now, my friend and I have played through the Dark Brother questlines many, many times. Like, back then I can't quite remember how many times we played it, but, so much that we could do it again while still being entertained. So, we headed to Bruma, which is the northern city in Cyrodiil. It was cold, snowy, and it was the Nord village, if you will. Anyway, when we got there, we snuck into his house, and the plan was just to sneak in, get to the basement where we knew he was, and just kill him. I don't quite remember if when you head in there to the basement that he will automatically, because of the script, just walk to you and talk, or if you could sneak attack him. But anyway, when we got there, we talked to him. And we were threatening him, you know, just feeling like the badass that we were, our character. And, you know, everything went according to plan, if you will. Like, we have done this 100 times before. Nothing is different now. But again, every single time we've done it before, we had no mods. This time we had the Deadly Reflexes mod. So when, you know, the discussion was over, and he said, "Prepare to die," or whatever he said. You know, we went for a punch because I don't quite remember why we had why we used the hand to hand. I think it was because Deadly Reflexes we just added on, but anyway, I digress. So we went for a punch, and the thing is, he just ducked. You know, he dodged like a master martial arts. He ducked and kicked us right into the wall. Like, what? That's impossible without the mod. You know, without the mod, we would simply just stand there and punch each other till one of us would have died. But not here. So we quickly got off and went for another punch, I believe. And he ducked again, and he went for attack, and we ducked. And the fight continued like this, where we had this epic Matrix-like of a combat. And, you know, I remember my friend and I, we laughed our asses off because of how epic it was. Like, this one contract that wasn't anything special before just turned into the most epic thing ever. So we both started to lose a lot of health. And suddenly, we had so little health, I remember this, and he went for an attack, he went for a kick. And the thing is, I dodged, and suddenly the slow motion effect dropped in. And with the slow motion, I quickly turned around and did a kick. And when it hit him, the sound of bone crushing and how we just fell to the floor. My friend and I, it was the greatest thing I've ever experienced in any Elder Scrolls game. I wouldn't have this fond memory without that mod. And there's so many more. There's a quest mod called Tears of the Fiend, which is by far the best storyline I've ever played through in the entire Elder Scrolls franchise. My personal favorite, of course. Midas Magic, which added so many fun spells. Skyrim also has some great mods, my favorite being the immersive ones, like having to eat, drink and sleep to survive. The World Eater Beater, which fixed the god-awful boss fight. I mean, seriously, it was a regular dragon battle. And some big ones in the work at this moment. The mods in the Elder Scrolls games are all over the place, which is a good thing of course, but it does get difficult to finding the ones that you kind of want to have, as there are many anime
immersion.
In the end, I just want to say that I dearly love mods, and I really hope that more developers will do what Bethesda does by giving the community tools to add more to the game. Right now, I've returned to Smash because of that I can add more to the, you know, the experience. So I just can't wait I just can't wait, really, to see what the future has in store for Smash, even when the developers have stopped adding stuff to it. But anyway, I'm KingJGrim or KingJGrim, whatever you prefer, and I'll see you guys next time.